Yeah, let's talk about it. Yeonwoo Innocence is now officially over. So Yeonwoo Innocence ended with chapter 225, and it came out like almost 2 3 weeks ago. And I thought with the, of course, spoiler warning, I thought with the chapter 225 we got the wedding, of course, of Yeonwoo and everyone, Yeonwoo and Hassel. And I thought potentially, okay, we're going to get one additional chapter or two chapters that sort of that really conclude and or something end at the end of the chapter, but it didn't. So I thought potentially, okay, that's why we're getting potentially new chapter. Then there come the additional chapter called I think 225.5 afterward. So that's about the creator Esol, who talks about like some questions, Q&As about the series and stuff, which is really interesting, and we got to see a lot of things. And I didn't realize this was legit the end. That's why I've been waiting like a few weeks for waiting for a new chapter. But yeah, Yeonwoo Innocence is now officially over, which is crazy. I've been following Yeonwoo Innocence now for last 4 or 5 years. I think I started reading Yeonwoo Innocence weekly around around chapter 60, and that was officially over. I made a video before, like when Innocence sort of ended before the side story, but now it's officially over. And I want to say to everyone who watched all my Innocence video, thank you very much, because it's been really the most viewed and most engaged video content I've done. And I didn't expect it for my series that it's not that big in terms of like Manhwa, like solo leveling or scores and stuff. But yeah, I'm really happy about it. And it's also the afterward chapter with the Q&A was also really interesting. We got to see a lot of different things being explained, how she came up, how the person came up with the chapters, and with the idea of innocence and stuff. But one interesting thing that I've also mentioned before, because I think the author talked about like, how would the series change if Yeonwoo was a girl? And I was thinking about, I said in a previous video before, if Yeonwoo was a girl, most of the situation that Yeonwoo experienced would have never happened, because it only happened because Yeonwoo was a boy looking like a girl, and that was the whole situation. And the author are just the same thing, so same mind, think alike. But yeah, it was really interesting. Some characters, it was mentioned, some characters didn't get together. What happened with the one bully that bullied Yeonwoo? He's a nobody technically, but yeah, it's kind of weird. Yeonwoo Innocence is now over. I really enjoyed it. I don't know where I would rank it in my top 10 favorite series of manhwas. I've not read that many manhwas, but yeah, I enjoyed it so far, and it was really a great time.